Emperor Jahangir sent a secret squad and had Nur Jahan's husband, Shah Afghan, killed. This was the same Jahangir whose palace had the famous chain of justice hanging outside. It is said that if an oppressed person shook that chain, the emperor himself would come out of his court to deliver justice. On one side, this grand symbol of fairness; on the other, the blood of an innocent husband shed for the sake of his beloved. Now you decide, was Jahangir an angel or a murderer? The pages of history are filled with such contradictions. Take Shah Jahan for example. He built the Taj Mahal, the marble dream that the world still gazes upon in wonder. But the same Shah Jahan, as soon as he ascended the throne, had his brothers and all possible heirs killed so that no shadow would fall over his power. On one side, a monument to love; on the other, politics stained with blood. So the question is, into which box should we place Shah Jahan, the box of love or the box of cruelty? Aurangzeb's story is even more chilling. He was the ascetic king who earned his livelihood by sewing caps and weaving prayer mats. In his will, he wrote that his shroud should be purchased from the earnings of these caps. When laying the foundation of the Badshahi Mosque in Lahore, Aurangzeb declared that the foundation should be laid by someone who had never missed an obligatory prayer, let alone tahajjud, since gaining consciousness. When no one came forward, Aurangzeb himself said, "Alhamdulillah, I have never missed tahajjud." May Allah reward Aurangzeb for these acts of devotion. But the same Aurangzeb captured his brother Dara Shikoh, paraded him on an elephant in a humiliating procession, and then had red-hot iron rods thrust into his eyes. Eventually, he had him executed and his head sent to Delhi. Not only that, Aurangzeb also imprisoned his own father, Shah Jahan, the same father who built the Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan spent the last 8 years of his life as a prisoner in a chamber of Agra fort, never granted a glimpse of mercy from his son. That king died gazing at the Taj Mahal from his window. So was this ruler a saint or a tyrant, a dervish or a heartless man? The truth is, a human being is like a cupboard. One compartment holds light, another holds darkness. One door opens to generosity, another to cruelty. But our habit is to open only one door and lock the entire person inside it. The result? Either we fall into blind devotion to a hero or blind hatred for an enemy. Think about it, the man who always stands in the first row for prayer may also be the one cheating people in business. And the man who speaks harshly may be the one secretly paying the school fees of orphans. So who is truly good and who is truly bad? The same principle applies to great names in history. Hitler was the murderer of millions of Jews, yet he revived Germany's economy, built roads and opened factories. Churchill is hailed as the hero of World War II, yet his decisions caused the Bengal famine that killed 3 million people. Gandhi is a symbol of freedom, yet his personal life and experiments with celibacy remain controversial. Quaid-e-Azam believed in Western habits, yet he gave us Pakistan. Now tell me, were these people completely good or completely evil? Understanding a human being is like playing chess. Some squares are white, others are black. The game exists because of both. If there were only white squares, the game would end; only black squares, the game would still end. Human life is just like that, light and shadows side by side. True wisdom lies in assessing people in compartments. Judge a politician in politics but keep his family life in a separate compartment. Judge a teacher for his knowledge but also evaluate his character. Appreciate a singer's art but also acknowledge the shadows in his personal life. This is fairness, this is insight. Remember, those who still think someone is completely good or completely bad are standing on the first step of understanding. True wisdom is opening all the doors of the cupboard and examining each compartment separately. Only then does the complete person come into view. And here's a secret: if you learn to prioritize someone's goodness over their flaws, this world will suddenly become beautiful, like a garden that has thorns, but if you focus on the flowers, you only remember the fragrance. Similarly, when you focus on virtues, you realize that most people in this world are not bad, they are more than 50% good. In conclusion, a person is never completely good or completely bad. The real wisdom is to assess every individual in compartments and give preference to their goodness over their shortcomings. When you adopt this perspective, you will see that almost everyone in the world is good.